What up, YouTube? It's Aaron, your personal driver. And I'm back. I'm back, y'all. It's been a while. How y'all doing? So, yeah, I just got back from Arizona. Had the funeral for Grandpa. So Grandpa is now buried and on to his next adventure in this world. And so I didn't do a live stream this week, so I felt bad, but I'm back here doing a live stream for you. Oh, look, I left my bathroom door open. That was super smart. You can see it right here. Hey, Johnny, yeah. Can you please close the bathroom door? That silly daddy didn't close it. Oh, also my son's in underwear. So already live stream's off the hook, off the chazane. Anyway, I want to do just a real quick video to prep you guys for this upcoming weekend, St. Patrick's Day. I know most of you are veterans, but some people like to think. 33rd and Surf said, they said you were interviewing the simple driver. Who's they? I will interview him. Oh, first off, 33rd and Surf in the house. Uber Frankie in the house. Who said I was interviewing the simple driver? I will. Keeping it real. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the ceremony for Grandpa was good. I really enjoyed it. It was fun. But also, guys, if you notice in the description below, I'm starting a Discord chat. So that way everyone can stay communicating 24/7. Dorothy in the house. Oh, 33rd and Surf. Yeah, I was joking. Yeah, no problem. Noah in the house. What's up, Noah? Welcome to the stream, buddy. So anyway, yeah, what Discord chat is, it's like gamers use it a lot. It's just a 24/7 chat app that you can use on your phone or your computer to talk with all your friends. So since all the same people get on a live chat all the time, I thought you guys might enjoy the Discord so y'all can talk to each other and me 24/7. So check out the Discord chat there. I'm going to be talking about that for a while. But anyway, so this video is going to be the top 5 tips I have for all y'all driving on St. Patrick's Day, since it's coming up. But before I talk about that, I wanted to talk about Jose in the house. What's up, Jose? How you doing? Dorothy says, show off your haircut. Okay. Just a normal haircut, nothing really. This is what bald people do when they get their haircut. They just get it normal. You can see the bald spot even more every time you get it cut. Trucker guy 35 in the house. What's up, man? How you doing? I'm doing well. Just got back from Arizona. Just buried Grandpa, so that part of my life is out, done and over with. But anyway, before we talk about St. Patrick's Day, I just wanted to touch real quick on the worldwide Uber protests that are going on. For those of you who do not know, it started kind of basically with Uberman, but Harry the rideshare driver helped a lot too. What's going on is in Florida and Louisiana, Uber is raising the rates, but only for Uber. They're not sharing the higher rates with the drivers. So the customers are getting charged between 10 and 25% more per mile, and the driver's seeing none of that. So there's supposed to be a protest this weekend on the 17th of March. So I don't know how much you guys care about that sort of stuff, but I just be forewarned that there's a strike. I guess there's 2 sides to that. One, that means less drivers driving. There's probably gonna be higher surge, and 2, that a lot of people kind of like strikes don't work unless there's solidarity, which has been a big problem for Uber, right? Every time someone tries to organize a strike, people are like, oh, good, a strike. That means there's less drivers, so I go make some money. Also expect Uber to have some stupid, dumb incentives. Last time the LA drivers tried to strike, Uber offered a $50 an hour promotion just for taking 1 ride. So if you got 1 ride, you got $50. Ben in the house! So just keep that in mind. I don't judge. Because here's the thing, guys. This isn't new. Like, I know that Uberman's making a big deal about it and people were pissed, but they've been doing this since May. May, when they changed it to upfront pricing, that is essentially the same thing as what they're doing in Florida and Louisiana. Upfront pricing just means Uber charges the customer more and gives the driver less. Sugar Shine in the house. Can we get some hearts for Sugar Shine? Can we get some hearts for Sugar Shine? All patrons get hearts when they get in here. So since she's a patron, let's give her some hearts. She says, "I'm here and listening, just laying down, but I'm here. So just because I'm not talking doesn't mean I'm not hearing you. I have been really sick and got out of the hospital." Sugar Shine, I am sorry to hear that you are not in good health. That's very sad. I hope that hope life makes a turn for you and you get better soon. I also am feeling a little bad. I've had some little bit of sick problems. That's what stresses get for you. There you go, Sugar Shine. There's some hearts for you. Uber drivers on strike at SFO got a lot of pings last Sunday with less than 5 drivers, but a bunch of Lyft drivers. Yeah, I mean, if you want to drive in Lyft, that's fine. I don't mind. Al Sadler in the house. They've been doing this in the Bay Area for months. Surprised that people are just noticing it. Yeah, I mean, if you guys have been watching my channel, I've been talking about this for a year. Go back and watch my Uber or 4 ways Uber is stealing from you video. I've talked about this in length. There's no difference between stealing surge, stealing fares, and upfront pricing. It's the same thing. Like, it's the same thing. If Uber charges a customer $20 for a $10 ride and then only gives you 75% of that $10 ride, they're stealing all that extra money. Like, so anyway, I'm glad that someone's doing something about it. I'm glad that it's getting around out there, but I honestly don't see how this is any different than what's been going on. But I just wanted to, as I talk about St. Patrick's Day and giving you my 5 tips, I just wanted to let you guys know, be aware of what's going on and that's happening. So there's a possible strike going on. Take that information with you will. Tip number 5 for, now these are the top 5 tips for driving on St. Patrick's Day. Tip number 5, don't drive on St. Patrick's Day. I know. Like, what's the point of that? Oh, hey, can we get hearts for Dorothy? Hearts for Dorothy? We got a super chat. I don't know why the super chat button isn't working. This should be going off for the super chat. So here, I'll do it manually. That's for you, Dorothy. The super chat for me. Oh, damn! Terry Tips in the house! Can we get some hearts for Terry? Can we get some hearts for Terry? Dropping that big $5. Here, I'll give you lots of hearts for Terry. I'll even give him a broken heart. Oh, there goes. It's working now. It's working now. There's Dorothy's ass donation. Thank you. Hearts there.
Why did you give him a broken heart?
Because I gave him because look, he gave me tips of $5. Uber Dash guy in the house. What's up? Terry Tips in the house. What's up? I think that it's Valley Fever. Oh no, I'm going to be okay. It's just really painful. Yeah, Valley Fever is pretty common in Arizona, so I'm sorry to hear that. Terry Tips got his music going. So I know that's confusing. Why is tip number 5 don't drive on St. Patrick's Day? Because guys, I've been saying this for almost, what, how long is this, 3 years? 2 years? On the channel, I've been saying it for a year, but no, 2 years? I don't know. However long I've done this channel, I've said it from the beginning. Don't drive on holidays. Hashtag Team Lyft, right, exactly. I've been saying that for a year too. Uber and Lyft both give you crazy dumb incentives to bring out people who don't normally drive and drive. This applies to Halloween. This applies to New Year's Eve. This applies to Memorial Day. All the big drinking holidays. So what happens is people who don't normally drive get these emails, and then they get excited, so they come out and they drive on the holiday. So even though you're getting these incentives and these bonuses and these boosts and stuff like that, you actually don't make more than you would on any normal given Saturday. So my tip for the past 2 years has always been, on these major holidays, just don't drive on them. Log in at midnight or 1 o'clock. So on New Year's, for example, between 1:30 when I logged in and 2:30 when I logged out to go back home, I made $75 in 1 hour off of 2 trips. Because the surge is going to be high during the bar closing time, so that's fine. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't actually drive on March 17th. Go to sleep early. Go to sleep around 6 or 7. Get a good night's rest. And then wake up sometime between midnight and 2 a.m. and drive the morning shift. And the reason for that is not only are you going to get all that surge in the morning, but amateur drivers, part-time drivers, or regular drivers who go balls crazy on the holidays eventually get tired and go home. So after the bar scene kicks out, they go back home and they go to sleep. And then they sleep for 8 hours and they don't get up until 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning. So smart drivers, drivers who have been doing this for a long time, professional drivers, if you will, wake up around between like midnight and 4 a.m. and then drive. And they drive basically all surge, all morning long, because all these other part-time drivers are gone. So don't drive on the holiday. Go to sleep early. Wake up sometime in the early morning and then work that morning. John with the super chat. What's up, John? Hearts, buddy. Let's get some hearts for John. I'll even give you a peace symbol. There's a peace symbol and some hearts. Look, I'll give you a bubbly heart. Hearts. So let's catch up with the chat here. VMR in the house. VMR says, Aaron, what's up? I'm in WPD, Florida. Did ride last night on Uber, PBI to MII. Cost rider $115. Only got 65. Yes. Oh, you like your music, John? That is because of what we just talked about. In Florida and Louisiana, Uber is now charging customers more per mile, but not passing that on to its driver. It's pretty terrible. Uber Dash Guy says, Aaron, what's your quest on Uber? I haven't checked my email yet. I'll check it right now for you, and I'll tell you in a second. Scott said, I made $386 in 6 hours in Seattle on New Year's. Yes. Yes, you did. But I'm telling you, I made, I can't even remember the amount. I did the live stream. I think I was averaging $65 between midnight and 8 a.m. on that day. So you can go back and look at the live stream from Seattle. So it was still true in Seattle. Yeah, you're going to make money, but you're going to have to work harder for it. And you're going to have more competition. I'm telling you, just log in later. If you want the bar surge, still getting the bar surge. Sugar Sign says, oh, check out this. Lyft just sent $50 coupons. At least I got one $5 ride for 10 rides. That's nice. Ben said, I'm driving for Caviar on Saturday. Then I'll do Lyft late, like you said. Yes, that's a good idea. So I'll log into my Gmail account right now, off camera, off on the monitor over here. Here. Yeah, it's backwards on it. And then I'll see what Uber gave me. But I don't think it's a very good quest. So tip number 4. What am I? What's tip number 4? Tip number 4 is be prepared for pukers. Okay, you only get $150 for puking, and that's less money than it's going to cost in most areas to get a detail. So what I say is prepare for pukers. You should already have puke bags in your car. So if you haven't got pukers in the car, excuse me, if you don't have puke bags in the car, what you need to do is go get some. It's a little late now, right? It's Friday. So you can always go with the tested, tried and true gallon bag, Ziploc bag, right? So go to Costco, go to Safeway, go to your local supermarket and get a Ziploc bag, get the gallon size ones, have them half on the, on the back of your chair. There's like those little holders, like it's like a little kangaroo pouch back there. Put the top with the blue seal hanging out there so they know it's there. And then on the actual bag, you can see my kid making noise in the background, so that's great for the live stream. Also, that's funny. My wife lost that keychain. Nate, hey buddy, let's not make too much noise, buddy. That keychain she lost. So if Dorothy's still watching, look, your son found the keychain. Oh yeah, you just want to put tension. Hey Johnny, can you go get the keychain from Nate? Anyway, have the flat hanging out there and write on the actual bag for puke or something like that so people know. That's my tip number 4. Now also, then this is even more important than the puke bags. You need to have a water bottle, an empty water bottle, and you fill it 3/4 with water, okay? And about 1/4, or depending if you're going to use Dawn or not. If you're using just regular soap, you can do 1/4 soap and shake it up and have that ready. So when the puker does happen, what you do is you take that water bottle and you just spray it everywhere to make sure that the ammonia from the puke doesn't soak into the car and soak into the floorboards, creating that nasty puke smell. Okay, so you need to have just a regular water bottle. You can take the label off if you want to, and you fill it. If you're using Dawn, because Dawn is like has a special solution, you can almost fill it up 90 weight and then do the rest with actual soap. So make sure you have that in your trunk. So if you have a puker, go ahead and dump that on the puke, dump it on the rider, dump it on the door, dump it on the floor mat. So you have that soaking right there. Okay. The third step is then you're gonna need to have some paper towels or just one big like beach towel or something like that to soak all that stuff up. Once you do that, the fourth thing you're gonna need is Febreze or Ozicum or whatever the thing that is that a lot of drivers like, and then so because that will handle the smell. And the fifth thing you're gonna need is a blanket. So a lot of people should already have seat covers anyway. If you knew this a long time, if you don't have a seat cover, just make sure then you have the blanket so you can ride it there, put it down there. That's my best advice. Now, if it's really bad and it's puke everywhere, your weekend's done. There's just nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry for that. But, you know, this at least is a preparation kit to try and help mitigate that throw up. And if you can mitigate the actual first initial throw up, you know, you get your cleaning fee. Maybe you can still salvage your weekend and still go out, okay? St. Patrick's Day is a drinking day, so a lot of people have potential to throw up in your car on days like this. So let's catch up with the chat here. Michael Uribe in the house. He says, raves. Sugar Sign says, do you guys have GoPuff there yet? Because when you get GoPuff, you guys are going to be making some bank. The guys that work at work are telling me they're making minimum of $13. I don't know what GoPuff is, so I guess that's maybe an app. Quaker Oats in the house. What's up, Quaker Oats? And Sugar Shine says, that's not counting the tips. If you work 5 hours in a shift, they'll give you $13 an hour, and everybody gets tips on GoPuff, 24-hour-a-day thing, like your cash tips are yours. Interesting. DoorDash says, Aaron, will you take Uber Pool surge ride on St. Patrick's Day? We're going to talk about pool in my top 5 comments, so we'll get to there. Ozium, that's what it's called. Yes, Jose Quintreras. Quaker says, I'll end my UberEATS at 5 p.m. on Saturday doing food deliveries. Makes sense. Sugar Shine says, I'm serious. Take a look because the lowest anybody told me they make is $800 a week. Most of them are making more than $1,000 setting their own hours. So that's cool. We'll look into that. So to answer a question in the chat before, mine is 15 trips for $45. So I think that's $3. I'm so bad at math, but I think that's $3 a trip. So that's a pretty good quest. So I might do that. But more importantly is the boost. Okay, so number 5 was don't work on St. Patrick's Day. Wait till after midnight and do it in the morning of. Number 4 is have a puke kit set up. Bags. Bottle with water in it and soap in it. Paper towels. Spray for your nose. And then a blanket to cover it. Okay. The third thing is Uber Pool. So we had a question about that. So, bye Quaker. So here's the thing, guys. You're going to have to know when it's a good idea to take Uber Pool and when it's a bad idea to take Uber Pool on the weekends. For me, I do not take Uber Pool on holidays. The kind of person who throws up in your car is the kind of person who takes Uber Pool, okay? That's just the way it is. I'm telling you right now, if you want to avoid people puking in your car or reduce drastically your chance for someone puking in your car, Johnny, I told you to get that keychain from him.
He just stole it from me.
Okay, go put it in your bunk bed for now. Is he going to be okay? Yeah, he's fine. Put it in your bunk bed. Anyway, if you want to reduce your chances, don't take Uber Pool. However, remember, Uber Pool and Lyft line, whatever your surge multiplier is when you start, carries through for the whole trip. So if you have a 2.0 surge on Uber Pool, it stays with you the whole time you're riding. So I bring that up because a lot of people don't know that. And so if you get a good surge and you get an Uber Pool trip, you may want to take it with hopes that you'll get rematched going forward. Because as long as that Uber Pool or Lyft line chain continues, you will get the same multiplier regardless of who you pick up. So if you pick someone up at 2.0 and then on your way to drop that person up, you get a secondary passenger, even though that secondary passenger isn't paying surge prices, you're still getting paid surge prices to pick them up. Okay. So with that caveat, I want you to know that when I say this, don't pick up any Uber pool or any Lyft lines because it's a drinking holiday. So people who are drinking a lot, what they're going to do is they're not going to realize they took an Uber pool. They're going to put the wrong address in. They're going to try to get more than 2 people in your car. They're going to do all kinds of really just dumb, stupid, drunk people stuff that you are not going to want to deal with on a busy night like St. Patrick's Day. Okay, so you're going to be out there. There's going to be surge going all around. There's going to be all these people who need rides. And if you accept an Uber pool, it's going to kill your earnings. It's going to kill how much money you make. The reason for that is because, 1, you're more likely to have some idiot throw up in your car because only idiots take Uber pool. 2, when you're drunk, you don't look at the details. You just push buttons. So there's a very good chance that person didn't want to take an Uber pool. They just saw a number on their phone that was cheaper and they clicked it. Okay. So they're going to want you to stop and get cigarettes, stop and get booze, stop to go to the bathroom. They're making multiple stops because their friend is going to get in the car and they want to go 2 different destinations. All of these things are going to happen if you pick up an Uber pool. So when there's a chance to make good money, don't take Uber pool or Lyft line. You'd be crazy. You're throwing your profits out the door. Now, like I said, if it's a really good surge, you know, like some places, like where there's a lot of bars and stuff like that, you might get like 5, 6, or even 7x. So if you want to roll the dice and take that surge at 7x with hope that you'll get rematched on the way, I mean, I'm not gonna tell you not to do that. That's upon you. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna do it because it's too risky. It's too risky, man. Okay, let's catch up with the chat here. Jose says, GoPuff is not available in SF, just like cargo. Ben says, every puker I had was a Lyft line and Lyft pool. There you go. That's what I just said. Hey, Aaron, what's the minimum surge you will take on St. Patrick's Day? Well, I'm at a disadvantage with that Uber Dash guy because this is my first St. Patrick's Day in San Francisco Bay Area. So I honestly don't know what to expect. If I was in Seattle, that would be easy. It better be 4.0 or more. You guys have seen my videos in Olympia, so you know in Olympia, when I went there, it was 3.3. 3.3 is when I'd log in and take a ride. Seattle, 4, because it would be a little bit higher. And you can sit outside of like the bar area more easily in Seattle. But here, I have no idea. So I will be working on REFERRAL. Definitely working on REFERRAL. So yeah, there you go. So let's do a real quick review. So number 5 is don't drive on St. Patrick's Day. 4 is have a puke kit. 3 is do not take Lyft line and do not take Uber pool. The second tip is going to be a little controversial. A lot of people are going to get really mad at me. Every time I bring this up, people get mad at me. But you're probably, if you don't normally give out water, going to want to give out water in your car on St. Patrick's Day. And I know everyone gets pissed off when I bring this up, especially veteran drivers. Now, I always give out water, but why should you give out water on St. Patrick's Day and really all holidays, like Memorial Day, Halloween, New Year's, where there's a lot of drinking? Because you want that to avoid puking, okay? You want these drivers to get some water in them so they're not dehydrated, so their body isn't freaking out, so they don't throw up. It calms their nerves down, and it's think of buying water on a day like St. Patrick's Day as preventative maintenance on your car. Think of it just like as oil changes, right? Like, just it's something you're gonna have to do. Okay, you don't really have a choice in the matter. Just it doesn't even have to be a full, you know, a 16-ounce bottle. You can go to Costco and get the 6-ounce bottles. You just want to make sure that your drunk passengers, and there's going to be a lot of them on St. Patrick's Day, can have a little bit of water to just get them by for that 15-minute trip. Once they get to the house, man, I don't care. They can throw up on their lawn, on their bed, all over themselves. I don't care, as long as they're doing it outside the car. So, and, you know, it'll help them sober up just a little bit. Not as much as food. I wouldn't suggest food in the car. That would help them sober up more. But it gives them something to do, one, when they're drunk, because they're focused on drinking the water. 2, it helps them keep a little bit of liquid in them that isn't alcohol, you know, so they don't get dehydrated. And 3, it'll keep them from puking. So I really think it's important that you give water out on major holidays. And I know drivers don't like giving out freebies. I feel you on that. But trust me, it's better than someone throwing up in your car. Kenneth Cooper in the house. What's up, Kenneth Cooper? I'm in here, lol. Yeah, that's fine. So let's go over them again. Number 5. The reason I'm doing this is because people keep coming in and leaving the chat. So because of that, I have to review. Like, for example, Kenneth just showed up, so I'm reviewing for Kenneth. So number 5, another tip is don't drive on St. Patrick's Day. Wait until midnight or later to log in, and then work Sunday morning. Okay. Number 4 is have a plan for pukers, bags, soapy water, paper towels, a blanket, and some kind of spray to make the air less disgusting. 3 is don't take Uber Pool or Lyft line. It'll kill your profits. The second is give water to your customers. And the number 1 best tip I can possibly give you to maximize your profits on St. Patrick's Day is be prepared to log out at appropriate times. Okay, you should be logged out at least half of the time of your shift on a day like St. Patrick's Day. So why are you doing that? Okay, I'll give you a couple different scenarios. First off, if you're working bar time, everybody who's been doing this for more than like a month should know you should log out of your app, go to the bar area where the bars are or the big clubs are, park outside of the big club or big bar street, depending on where they're at, and sit there and wait for surge to build. And once the surge builds high enough, then you log in and then you take a trip. But it's really important, 1, that you get there before the surge happens, because if the surge is already on, you're already behind the 8 ball, right? You're not going to get that surge. Other veteran drivers are already there and already taking surge rides if the surge starts. So get there before it surges, get in a prime location where you'll get a ride, and then turn your app on at that point. Okay, that's strategy 1. The second thing you need to do is every time you accept a ride on a holiday, it is essential that you go to the top right corner of your app. It's the same. It's the right hand side for Lyft. It's the left hand side for Uber. Go to last ride on Lyft, or please stop sending me requests on the Uber app. Okay, this is a very simple tip that I mentioned several times before, but what that does is it logs you off the app. And you guys should be doing this anyway. I forget it, especially on the live stream when I'm doing several things at a time. But remember, when you're logged into Uber or Lyft, you count as 2 cars. 1, the car that's empty waiting for a passenger, and then once you pick up a passenger, you're still logged in as available for they can connect you to give you another ride. So you need to log out for several reasons. The first reason is, like I said, surge. Staying logged in while you have a customer in the car kills surge, because it tells the algorithm that there's an open slot that can be filled. If you request that future rides be declined, you're taken off the application. So the algorithm says there are no available slots, so surge goes up higher. This gives you a much better chance that when you drop off your rider, you will pick up another rider while there is surge. But if you stay logged in and everyone's staying logged in, that means you have to get twice as many requests to get the same amount of surge. If everybody who picked up a rider just logged out, especially during bar time, surge would be higher and last much, much longer. So make sure you log out when you get that customer and you stay logged out until you're ready to accept another rider. The other thing it does, okay, both Uber and Lyft does this. It's called upfront pricing, okay? You don't know what the surge is. So if you don't have that education and knowledge of what the surge is, and you get a second matched ride, they will give it to you at less than the current surge. Okay? So if you pick someone up at a 4.0 surge and you don't log out, Uber and Lyft will send you a new request, say at 2.5, right? Or 250% for Lyft. They're still charging that rider 4.0. But they're taking that extra money through upfront pricing and putting it in their pocket and sending you a lower surge rate. So if you don't log out and you accept that second ride, there's a chance you are losing money in surge. And you won't know it because you don't know what the current surge is. So log out so you don't get rematched until you end the ride. And the other reason why, and this is the last reason, this is for Lyft specifically. Every time you're logged in while there's a passenger in the car with Lyft, Lyft will forcibly give you an additional customer. They don't ask if you request or not. They just send it to you forcibly. You can't check their rating. You can't check distance. And you can't check for surge with Lyft. So I'd say every ride you pick up with Lyft, it's mandatory that you log out and say last ride. Okay? And again, you do that in the top right corner. You click the little scroll down menu and it says last ride. You click on last ride. But here is even more important than that. Lyft will send you Lyft line forcibly, meaning if you don't log out and you take a ride, even if you don't have a Lyft line, they'll give you a Lyft line. So you have to either cancel. I mean, I always cancel a ride when I forget to log out, but a lot of people don't like their cancellation rate to be too high with Lyft because it hurts their incentives. So if you don't want those Lyft line forced upon you, remember you always got to log out on the Lyft app. Okay, let's catch up on the chat. Hey, Kenneth says, "Hey Aaron, I'm here, lol." Teddy in the house. What's up, Teddy? I want as many pukers as possible. Trying to get that cleanup money, huh? Waiting for that 4x5 45-minute ride. Hell yeah. Let it surge. Yep. What if you're using the Mystro app? That's why I stopped using Mystro. So I love Mystro. I've used Mystro since beta. It's been fabulous. The last two, I guess there's a new update. So the last 3 updates, I hate Mystro because it forces you to stay logged in. And I don't like that. And additionally, when you're taking stacked rides, Mystro does not filter those stacked rides through the same process. So I'm kind of pissed off at Mystro right now, so I stopped using it. So what I'll do is I'll use Mystro at all times except when there's surge. So say like, you know, your bar closes at 2 a.m. So at 1:30, I'll just turn off Mystro and then do it manually from there. I think that it's really sad that they used to have an option on Mystro to decline upcoming like stacked requests, but they pulled that feature out. So yeah, when it's bar time, Kenneth, I think that it's best that you just log out and then take rides one at a time and then log out. That's my suggestion to you. I mean, I know that you like Mystro. I love Mystro too, guys. Mystro is amazing. So quick recap, because we got some more new people in the house. The top 5 tips for St. Patrick's Day are: number 5, you don't actually drive on St. Patrick's Day. Go to bed early, get some rest, log in around midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whatever it is, to get the bar surging, and then work the following morning, because there's gonna be too much competition on actually St. Patrick's Day. And then you're gonna be fighting with a bunch of amateurs. Number 4 is make sure you have a plan for pukers. There's a high chance you're going to get puked on high volume days like St. Patrick's Day. So have puke bags. If you don't have a puke bag, then just get like a plastic bag, like a gallon Ziploc bag, and then take a permanent marker and write puke bag on it. You know, it's better than nothing. Have that. Have a bottle with some soapy water in it. Have some paper towels. Have some spray for the smell, and then have a blanket to put on top of it. Quaker Oat says pick up some food rather than riders. It's a good idea. Number 3 is don't take Uber pool. When there's high drinking volume, taking Uber pool is a bad idea because people don't know what they're doing. You're going to waste time. You're going to lose money. And they're going to want you to do things that are against the rules with Uber pool, like go to multiple stops, have 2 different drop-offs, that sort of thing. Yeah, well, you can use it. Just when it starts to surge, you may want to log out of it. Number 2 is provide water for your customers. Even if you don't normally provide water, you may hate it. I think it's a good idea to provide water for people who are super drinking really a lot, so that there's less of a likely chance that they'll puke. Okay, and then number 1 is make sure you log out at appropriate times. So if you know it's going to surge at 2 a.m. when the bar is closed, make sure you're logged off. Make sure you're parked in front of the bar or club that's going to be surging at, and then turn your app on when surge is ready. Okay, and then follow up to that is when you pick up somebody during surge times, make sure you log out. So on Lyft, you go to the right hand side, you click the pull down menu, you go to last ride with Uber. You go to the waybill at the very bottom. You scroll to the very bottom. It says no more future requests. And that keeps surge high, it keeps surge longer. So there you guys go. Those are my 5 tips for you on driving for St. Patrick's Day. I hope they help out a little bit. And with that, I'll go back to the chat and we can talk about anything you guys want to at this point. So Ken says, I remember that. Sugar Shine says, I looked out and got an Uber XL that showed up in a BMW. I was like, hell yeah. Yeah. So I always tell people, you know, that's a good idea, Sugar Shine. If you drive on XL, you should definitely drive on St. Patrick's Day and holidays because people go out in groups. And then as a passenger, if you're going out in a group, getting an XL is the best way to go. Even if you have 4, I think 4 people is fine. Because, yeah, it's more expensive, but you can share money in the app. And so it becomes incredibly more cheap to take an XL than an UberX if you have 4 or more people. Say it's a $10 ride with UberX and then Uber XL, it's a $20 ride. Well, divided by 4 people, that's a lot less than that $10 ride, right? So you're paying $5 each. Now, if you have 6 people, it's even less than that. I can't do that math. I'm not very smart. So let's see what that is. Yeah, it's $3.30 if you have 6 people. So I don't know. If you have 4 or more people, you should always take XL. But anyway, if you drive XL, it's a really good night to log off of UberX altogether and just log in with Uber XL. Because a lot of people on drinking holidays, so Memorial Day, Halloween, New Year's, St. Patrick's Day, you know, going out nights to have, if you have an XL vehicle, to switch over to just XL. Because XL a lot of times will actually surge on nights like St. Patrick's Day. So just to keep that in mind. Rideshare driven in the house. What's up? He says, I have a Mystro set up, so I have to accept rides manually. Just use it automatically, log off apps when I do manually accept the trip. Nice. Jose says they should have category for sporty cars. You mean luxe cars? Or are you talking like muscle cars? Like you want to have like a Lambo, Uber Lambo, or like Uber Sport. Oh shit! Michael Uribe in the house. All right, buddy. Let's get some hearts in the chat. Let's get some hearts in the chat. Oh, there's your music, Michael. He says, thanks for the tips and the info. You helped me out a lot. Smart Uber Lyft. Yeah, work smarter, not harder, my friend. People get excited when I pull up. Yeah, well, personally, Jose, I think the next thing that they should have is Uber Green. At least in places like Washington, Oregon, California, probably Chicago, New York, definitely. Maybe even Florida. I don't know if they care much about that in Florida. But then, so hybrids and electric cars, or maybe even just a Uber electric, right? Oh, there's another one. Whoa, damn, rideshare driven. Hearts for rideshare driven too. Come on, guys, that's 2 super chats. Let's get some hearts in the chat. Well, that was for Michael, and I got to do some more charts now. So let's get some hearts in the chat here. There's your song, rideshare. Oh, here's an emoji. There's some hearts. That's for rideshare. So I was saying something before everyone started to do the super chat thing. That's pretty sweet of you guys. So people get excited when I pull. Oh yeah, so that's what I was talking about. So in I think they should have Uber electric or Uber green. Now I drive an electric car, so obviously I prefer the electric one, where you could, if you want to, specifically request an electric car. But even if you didn't, I think having an Uber like green would be a good idea, where a hybrid car or an electric car would pick you up. So I think that the more options you have, the better, and I don't see how it would be that complicated. It'd just be deciding which ones you actually get on the platform, and that would be the hardest part of that. So Aaron C says, oh, Aaron C in the house. What's up, Aaron C? Says, what's up, Aaron? Hey, Aaron C, you're joining late. But yeah, what's up, man? How you doing? Michael Uribe said, let's hook up Aaron, guys. Well, you know, I like that idea. So here, that comment, boom, do what he says. My car model not on the Uber list of cars. What do you drive, Jose? But I'm interested to see what Jose is driving. I think that another good idea for a new Uber platform would be Uber Classic. There's a lot of people who drive classic cars. They like rebuild classic cars and stuff like that. And I'm sure those fools would be willing to drive around people in a classic car for a certain price. It'd have to be more expensive though, because those classic cars, you know, every mile you put on them is like a gazillion dollars because they're rebuilt themselves. But there's something about, you know, getting into a car from the 70s that's all souped up. I think that a lot of people would be willing to do for premium. But yeah, I don't know. That's cool. What do you guys think? What should Uber add to their whatever, what do you call it? Their platform. Uber Sporty? I don't know. What would be a sports car on there? Oh yeah, see, I don't know what that is. Let's look it up. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Oh, it's a Subaru. I do love myself Subaru. What, it's like Subaru sports car? Is that what it is? Oh yeah, it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool. Do they all have fins? I don't know. Oh no, there's a different version of it. That's cool. Nice little sport car. But yeah, it's rated pretty high. That's pretty good. It's 28 highway. And that's pretty amazing considering it has over 300 horsepower. So that's a really good engine they have in there if you're getting almost 30 miles per gallon on there. Did you ask Uber specifically? Like, did you go into Green Hub and have them email the corporate office to see if they can get you on? Because sometimes Uber and Lyft will make an exception to their car list for like, cars like that. You might be able to get premium or Lux, even though it's a Subaru. There's a chance. So Uber Carriage. Dear Uber, I have horses. I like horses, and I think that you should send me passengers for my horse-drawn carriage. Signed, Aaron C. All right, guys. I don't have anything to talk about. I was here for my top 5. I gave the top 5. Is there anything you guys want me to talk about? If we're done, I'll log out. I got no shame. I don't like logging out when there's this many people. I mean, that's a lot of people right now watching. Al Sadler says Stagecoach. Yeah. What about Giant Pumpkin? Uber Pumpkin. All right. Well, if no one else has any comments or questions or concerns, I'll go ahead and log out. I want to say thank you guys. You guys went super chat crazy today, so I appreciate that. That always helps me out. And yeah. Oh, if this is your first time in the chat, if you hit subscribe down below, then you'll also get an icon up here just for you guys. So if you're in here for the first time, go ahead and hit there. If you're watching a replay, have a good one. Adler says adios, so I guess we're done. All right. Deuces, guys. Oh, right here 2K says, could you see Uber buying another platform like Postmates? Maybe. What's probably more possible than that is a third entity buying both. So like, say SoftBank, who already owns a lot of Uber, they just buy out a majority share in Uber, and then they would buy Postmates themselves, and then they would own both. I think it would be a little bit harder for Uber itself to buy out Postmates or Lyft, and that's because Uber isn't running a profit right now. They're not making money. All of their money that they have in their billions of dollars of war chest is private investor money. So I don't see Uber doing that, at least not until they go and get an IPO. You know, once maybe they get some public money from public funding, that they can take that initial investment that way and then go ahead and buy Postmates. But they need every cent they have right now because, you know, 40 to 60 cents a mile is what Uber is losing right now. And that's according to their own paperwork, too. Remember, those were leaked documents. I mean, granted, that was 2017 looking at 2016. But I don't see how they could have possibly cut the fat off of Uber that much. So even if they've reduced that, I'd still say 20 to 40 cents probably at best is what they're losing every mile on average. and that's because the rates are too low. So I don't think that Uber is a position to buy any other company just simply because they don't have enough money. And it's not like Postmates and Lyft are making money either. I mean, Uber's purposely depressing prices so far down that that everyone has to compete with them. So everyone has to lose money because Uber's losing money. But anyway, guys, I am out of here. So Michael Rubate says, thanks, man, you're the shit. Thanks, buddy. RIDESHARE Driver says later. And deuces, guys. Go out and kill it. Go out and kill it this weekend.